Yo, today we're doing some simple ways of cracking RSA encryption, which sounds really complex, only quantum computers can really handle it, but there's a few details which can be exploited. And yeah, it really made me have to refresh my maths when it comes to RSA. Quite a complex topic, but we're gonna do all of that today, so let's get right into it.
All right, so far we've done two web exploitation CTFs. Today we're gonna do a cryptography one, see how it goes, also medium difficulty. So let's get right into it. Crack the power. We received an encrypted message. The modulus is built from primes large enough that factoring them isn't an option. So this is RSA encryption. At least not today. See if you can make sense of the numbers and reveal the flag. Okay, let's see. Let's get the message. .txt downloads. All right. Now all I gotta do is cd dot. Let's go to the downloads. Cd downloads cat message.txt. Okay. Now we have the number, an E, and a C. This to me smells RSA encryption. How it works, I have no clue, but we've got a number which is huge. A large prime number, I assume. I need to somehow reveal the flag from this, so let's recap RSA encryption real quick. Uh, but yeah, it's looking like we've got 20. This might be what we need to divide by or something. I'm not sure. Yes. Encrypted message. Prime large enough when factoring them isn't an option, at least not today. Maybe it's private key and public key. Because we have an N and a C. Both the N and the C are huge numbers, and then we have E, which is probably the prime, the lowest common multiple or highest common factor between both of the numbers N and C. RSA. You multiply two huge prime numbers, so these are probably the two we're seeing. We calculate the modulus. So we multiply the two numbers. Let's see what we have here. Two numbers N and C. Calculate the modulus. Calculate the Euler's totient, which helps to generate the private key, and then we create both keys. How do we decrypt? So if we have the encrypted message, we use the private key, which is something to the power of 7. Where's the private key calculated? D times E leaves a remainder of 1. We have E already. E equals 20, right? E is 20. There's N and C. Private key is 33, is 33.7. So I assume C is D in this case. So we have N. We have the ciphertext, which is what? Oh, C is ciphertext. Got it. So C is the ciphertext. We have N and E. What is D then? That's the issue. So given that I have N, N is the huge number. I'm a bit confused because I know that we have A, I'm assuming is this one right here. The power of both keys. That's public. The encryption tool is 20, and the cipher tool is this. How do we find the private part? What if I'm missing B? Because I understand that if we have N and E, I can get the ciphertext, but I don't have D. I can just try, I guess. So, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm confused by. The issue is it's not small numbers. If the computer that generated N had bad random number generation, might have picked a prime number which is too close to another, yeah, I have no clue how this can be broken if we don't have the private key, so I'm gonna just send this over, to be completely honest. They don't look too close to each other, do they? N and C? No, they don't. So I don't see how I can use that formula to... Like, that's the only thing I've been given access to is the message.txt, or was it? Yeah, message.txt, only thing I got access to. And it's NEC. E is not prime though. So I think that might be the issue. The E is not prime. I've got N. I can easily perform this formula and try to guess D, but I don't think that's how it works, is it? Ciphertext mod N, but to the power of D. Ciphertext. What if I just do ciphertext mod N? The thing that's funny too is E is no used at all. E is not used at all. So I think E is going to be useful. E here is used to encrypt it. What happened here? A root finding problem. M to the power of 20 equals C mod N. So I have to check factor DV. Gonna enter the number. Ooh, okay, we got a result. So N is weak, right? N is weak. It's already cracked. So I check it here. Perfect. Step 2, calculating the roots. Break the decryption into 2 stages. Fifth root is odd. Alright, so we first need to factor in and then we decrypt with factors. I got a whole script here. I used to get the roots. Do we have P and Q? Composite, no factors known. Oh no. That's no good. That's no good. What is RSA CTF2? What the hell? How do I run RSA CTF2? Like, these guys are trying to make me decrypt RSA like it's easy. Like, you need quantum computers for this and I'm supposed to do this? What the hell? Crazy work. Alright, let's install this. I'm getting pissed. I'm just gonna do that what this guy says. Come on. Boom, boom. Getting whatever that is. Don't even know. Cheeky virus. Boom. I'm not gonna clone this here. I'm just gonna go to for this CT here. Clone it over here. Probably this tool is gonna help us find the P and Q, which are the two prime factors of N, which is composite, which means it has no factors it found. Well, no, but yeah. CD into that. We're gonna install the requirements, and it is a Python script. Okay, that's done. Okay, that was that was easier. And then we have to run this command. Okay, perfect. I installed it manually. What? For this file. That's not how you run it. How do I run this? Is it just by running main instead? How do I go to the beginning of this? Oh no. Huh. Okay, so we're having some issues running the RSA thingy. But it's a bit confusing that we need that it's so hard to just decrypt N, because if we get to N, then we're basically done. Pip install dot. Where is it? It's still not here. Where is it? I guess it's this then. Let's try Python -n. I was back here. Here. No module named RSA CTF2. This is terrible. What do we even have? ls init.py. So there's a tags, there's a bunch of things, but there's not actually RSA CTF tool.py. What? Huh. Confusing. I already did this. I'm gonna show this to see the structure. This structure looks weird. Yeah, the issue is we need to somehow get P and Q, because once we get P and Q, we can easily deal with everything else there is. What is happening? Oh no. Oh no. No more than the crypto. What? This is not good. Yeah, no, this RSA thing is annoying as hell. Install some missing packages. The requirement already satisfied. There's probably some Python environment issues. And that's terrible. Like when we have these library issues because of pip3 instead of pip or the Python version, it's just a waste of time. Yeah, see, clarifying Python environments. Okay, so the issue right now is that the public exponent is not coprime. So I'm here and it's not coprime. Put it in factor dB. I'm getting this thing right here. Modules is built from prime large enough that factoring them isn't an option. I need to make sense of these numbers. I'm giving a script which manually finds the factors of P and Q. Is that viable? Since it's for the 20, I think it is viable. Because that's a smaller number. But to click the links to dig deeper. Okay. Because yes, it is indeed the case that the number is composite. It's the case. It's seen here. So it's a bit messed up, but we're gonna solve it. We're gonna figure it out. This is the main issue, right? The status of when we do this factor dB with n, which is our key number. If I go back here and I say cat message, not from here. I need to go to downloads, indeed. Oh, see, downloads. Boom. Yes, so n is this one and it's giving us coprime issues, or composite issues. We're gonna see if the user used a weak key generation method. Okay, using this, using Fermat's factorization. Bit skeptical because here it says that factoring them isn't an option, but still a chance we've got right now. I'm gonna copy the code below, just F it, fuck it. Paste this value in the line, and we're gonna run the code. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Boom. What is it? Yeah, whatever. Crackend.py, whatever. You just open Vim, whatever. Who cares? Boom. But I need to copy the correct 10. So I'm gonna grab the correct 10. I'm gonna copy that to clipboard correctly. Boom. I think that's already the correct 10, right? Yeah. Right. Gonna run the script. Gonna run the script. Python crack end.py. Import error. Cannot import this from this. What is going on? Let's ask him. Cannot import this name from this as if it doesn't exist, perhaps. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. These CTFs are fun, but some of them are quite tedious because of these small issues. Apparently it's newer versions, okay. Boom. Gonna fix the script, I guess. Script is getting modified with new versions of imports, I guess. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Boom. VI. Boom. Delete everything. Boom. Run it again. Overflow error. Int is too large to convert to float. Okay, we're having some madnesses. Let's hope it's not harder to factor. I'm gonna see what we can do about the fact that int is too large to convert to float. Like, what are we supposed to do here? Never seen that error before in Python. So, but we can fix it. We can fix it. Let's figure it out. It's so massive that Python's math crashes. Yeah, no, I figured that out. We're going to use an integer algorithm that works with numbers of any size. What does it change? Not quite sure what it's changing. I think it's just here. It's for I in range. Yeah. I guess the conversion is happening. What is it changed compared to this one? It's just the same, isn't it? But instead of it's doing this, how it's just doing binary search, which doesn't happen in the other one, I guess. Right? Yeah, it's using binary search now. Without using floats. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna do the same thing before. I'm gonna say boom, 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 boom. Copy the new one in. Let's try it. It's checking. It's taking a long time. I'm not sure if this is going to even be feasible because the number is huge. So, it's checking for perfect power. I mean, the problem technically takes a really long time, to the point where only quantum computers can solve it quickly. Which is the key issue with quantum computers. They can have a big impact on security and encryption because of the fact that they can solve this problem quickly. But I'm saying maybe it's not feasible to wait, because what if this ends after my life ended, right? After. So I'm gonna wait a bit longer, but not too much more. Not too much more for sure. It's getting annoying at this point. It's getting really annoying to wait. Checking for perfect power. No. Yeah, this is just straight up not feasible. I'm gonna leave this terminal open and we're gonna continue a new terminal. Let's open that. Meanwhile, this is gonna keep trying, but I don't have time. I'm just gonna let this boy cook because, yeah, we went in the past through different ways of trying to handle the N, the C, if there's a way to decrypt it, but we really do need the private key, right? Which is what we're missing right now. Need to somehow make sense of the numbers. No more information is given, which is extremely confusing. Okay, interesting. So if it hasn't, yeah, I'm stopping it then. Interesting. Apparently it finds them really quickly. Is okay, if the message is small, it's large enough to wrap around modulus. Is C a perfect 20th power? Calculate root, the 20th root, C. If it's a whole number, that's my flag. Whoa. Okay. So I'm gonna need to open some calculator for this. Because yeah. scientific one, preferably. Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna say 20, then this, then C, which is, what is C? C is a huge number. They're not like when I can just copy paste it in. Can I copy paste numbers in? No. Hate this online calculator. Give me a good online calculator. What was it like? There was this app everyone uses, but this should work too. Yeah, perfect. 20, and here I paste the huge C. If this is a whole number, we're done. We're just pros like that. Undefined. Okay, that's not good. Why is that? Wait. 20. Boom, boom. Yeah, no, it's just undefined. Wondering maybe it's because the number is too big, but like maybe at some point it starts actually giving a value. But it doesn't look like it. Hurry up. Okay, no, yeah, it's like at some point. It's just huge. It's a huge number. Is it whole? I don't know, but it's huge. Huge number. Specific weakness where the number p minus 1 is smooth. Let's try it. Checks the 20th root and runs polards p1. The method that's listed right here. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. Nothing better we can do. So, vi solve.py, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Python solve.py. Oh my days. And I'll just do this. I think it's like conflicting the version with something. No module named crypto. I literally just pip installed crypto. I think it's issue because I've got like 2 different Python environments. But it's annoying. Oh, it's different. Oh, alright. Standard Python, no dependencies. That's what I like to hear. Whoa, hold up. This isn't a complete script. What the hell? What's happening over here? Maybe it still hadn't finished the agent when I copied everything up. Because I need to copy this in it. Boom. Hello? Hello, what's happening? Hello? Sometimes this thing glitches out. It's live. Can I not click? Alright. Whatever, man. We found it. We are too good. We are too good. I'm sorry. It's right here. A script, boom, 1 second, done. Because guess what? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna click here. Submit flag. Boom. Done. That's how you do it. I'm not gonna gloss through the details though. Let's actually understand what happened because I was a bit quick here. But basically the first thing we tried was using factoring out P and Q with a standard method, I guess, which is called this Fermat method. Not the most mathsy guy, but basically it failed because the primes are not close, as it says here. So we resorted to the second method. The second method is this one, which, if I can find it again, let's find it. So it checks the 20th root, which is actually method 1, but then it runs this thing called Pollard's P1. What Pollard's P1 does is, according to Gemini, which solved the issue, let's figure it out. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? You gonna give me it or no? This is what I did before. Where is Pollard's P1? Because I was reading it just previously. Okay, Pollard's P1 attack. It's a specific weakness, which was the case in our... Where are you? Medium. Crack the gate. No. Crack the power. Yes. Okay, it's in the name, right? It's crack the power. It's something to do with the powers. And yeah, and it's something with the numbers where the number p minus 1 is smooth, made of many, many small prime factors. What does that mean? Let's go back and see what p was. So, well, actually, we don't know what p is because it was tough to find. But apparently, p minus 1 is smooth. How does RSA work? We checked this earlier. Basically, RSA has these n, c. N is the number, c is the cipher, e equals 20. But there was one specific thing which was p minus 1, q minus 1. Here it is. So it's this phi of n, which is, in our case, the private key, which we don't have. We don't have this. But we know that if p minus 1 is smooth, then we're good. We can use this exploitation method. It's not that easy to explain something when you have no clue what you're talking about, but let's understand it. So, what does the script do? This is just a bytes conversion, okay? Convert 2 bytes because we're not using a library, sure. Low exponent attack. We check if the cipher is just m to the power b, which was not the case for us because otherwise, or it was. Ooh, okay, we didn't even need to do this Pollard's thing. This Pollard's thing is more complex, right? It's doing some greatest common divisor. It's running some things over here. But what we did was actually way simpler. All we did is this over here. So low equals 1, high equals c, just to go up until there. We went to the middle. We do middle to the power of e. So we halved c basically, and we said that to the power of e, which is our 20. And then if the result of that is equal to c, we found the exact root, and apparently we did that for all the numbers basically up until c. So and then we increment low, right? Or decrement high. Interesting. Oh, and now we just change mid to low equals mid plus 1, high equals mid minus 1. But that would mean that it always is the same. So, wait. So if we increase low, the sum increases. If we decrease high, the sum decreases. The whole idea is we're moving around as long as low is less than or equal to high. Yeah, so I just want to understand exactly what happened, because otherwise, what's the point of this CTF, right? But yeah, we figured it out, which is the important part. But yeah, essentially, I think the whole point is we're doing a check that if m is to the power of e. If that's the case, if the cipher is m to the power of e, then we basically found the flag, which is m, mid, right? Yeah. So mid is just what we're just going through everything within C, and it happens to be using E, then we've already found it. Let's see what this guy says. Basically means that the message was small enough. Okay. So normally RSA works like a clock, but this case the mod n didn't actually wrap around because m was small. M to the power of 20 is less than n. Okay, so the modular operation did nothing, which is where, well, we would need the other stuff. Oh, so it was indeed this. It was this, but the calculator was bugging out. Computer struggled to take 20th root. Boom. So we use integer binary search to find the exact root without decimals. Alright, fair enough. So this is just a binary search. I'm just a bit tapped sometimes. I'm just gonna ask one more question before we wrap it up. Why is the mod and the hard part? Because I'm struggling to see where we need the private key. My RSA knowledge is a bit rusty, but I do want to recap it. So let's find out. We do want to recap this. Why does the private key fix the mod n issue? The private key is mathematically calculated to be the exact inverse number of spins. So multiplying by dc to the power of d, it spins the clock forward to be the precise amount we needed to land exactly back on the original message without needing to know how many loops happened in the first place. Okay, so the private key is basically a way to reverse this mod n operation and figure out how many loops happen. Because it's p minus 1 times q minus 1. There's more detailed math, but the key fact is we finished the CTF. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.